I'm Ellen Vandermeulen, and I'm a cabinet maker up at Classic Woodwork. When I was a small child, I think I was 5 years old, following my grandfather around when he was building our addition on our house, and I went around telling everybody I was going to be a carpenter. Then I grew up and everybody in school said, oh, that's not really for girls, that's not really for girls. I did my university degree and I decided I had to do something different. So I started looking at programs and cabinet making seemed like the most interesting thing. I was kind of confused as a kid, like even in kindergarten when all the boys would go play with blocks, the girls had to go play with the dolls, right? And like nobody directly said you can't do it, but nobody ever encouraged it when I said I wanted to do it. And then a couple years later I saw my aunt up on the scaffolding putting siding on and clicked in my head that probably it is a thing I can do, but everybody in my family goes to university, so if it was shown as a valid option in high school, I would have gone right away into the trades. My husband was in the skills competition the same time I was, all 3 years. And the first year he won, and I got to follow him to Winnipeg for the national competition. And it was a really interesting experience getting to see what I was going to get into when I finally beat him 2 years later. We actually have a new apprentice in the shop right now who I got to build my first reception desk, and I got to pick who I was working with, so I picked her because I knew she didn't have a lot of experience actually building because she was in the spray booth at her last shop. And it's cool seeing people who are actually interested in learning and getting to teach them and show them a bit of what it is to be in the trade. I wanted to work inside. That was my biggest draw to cabinet making as opposed to carpentry. But it's the finer details you get to work on, and depending on what you're doing and where you're working, you might get to have a hand in the designing. And in the commercial industry that we're in, we get a lot of big jobs that are all very different. I love variety. Otherwise, I'd be in a kitchen shop. The Office to Advance Women Apprentices. Anytime you need anything, you give them a call and they're there for you. You know you got people that got your back.
Office to Advance Women Apprentices, supporting women in skilled trades.